Hello friends, hello students, welcome to my channel Biologics 5. I am Neeru Sharma and today I am going to discuss about the translation part 2, in which we will discuss about the charging of tRNA by amino acid synthetase, peptidal transferase and APA binding site on ribosome, and the mRNA as translational unit. In my earlier video, I have discussed about the tRNA, the adapter molecule, and we discussed about the structure of tRNA actually. These are the different loops of tRNA. This is D loop, T loop, amino acid binding arm, and this is the anticodon loop. This D loop is also known as amino acid synthetase recognition site. There is also amino acid recognition site synthetase. What is the function of this enzyme? Actually, this enzyme is required for the charging of tRNA, amino acid synthetase recognition site. And here on D loop there is ribosomal recognition site. So here on D loop there is amino acid synthetase recognition site, on the T loop there is ribosomal recognition site. So what is this function of amino acid synthetase? Actually, this is the enzyme required for the charging of tRNA. This is the hydroxyl group of tRNA, and here we need to attach the amino acid for the charging of tRNA required for the process of translation. So in the first topic we will discuss about the charging of tRNA by amino acid synthetase. It's a very important enzyme. This enzyme and the tRNA, peptide transferase or on ribosome, these sites, ribosome and the mRNA, these all are part of the translation machinery required for the process of translation. Now we come to the topic, the amino acylation of tRNA. The first topic we will discuss here is charging of tRNA. This actually occurs in two steps. First step is the activation of amino acid, and second one is the transfer of amino acid on tRNA. This is the first step of translation also. The amino acid with ATP react with the enzyme, and which enzyme it is? It is amino acid synthetase. I am taking it as E amino acid synthetase enzyme, react with enzyme and form amino acid adenylate AMP enzyme complex. Actually, this is the complex which formed it, and it is known as amino acid adenylate enzyme complex. And what is get released? Pyrophosphate get released. Pyrophosphate to phosphate groups are released, and this complex is formed. Now this complex, the amino acid adenylate enzyme complex, will react with tRNA. I am drawing the structure of tRNA here. These are the different loops present on tRNA. It's the anticodon loop, D loop, and this is the 5' end of tRNA, and this is the 3' end of tRNA. The hydroxyl group is present over there, and this activated amino acid, we can say this activated amino acid will bind here at the 3' end of the tRNA. This is our tRNA, and this is the activated amino acid or the amino acid adenylate enzyme complex. In this reaction, what the product we will get? We will get our charged tRNA. Now tRNA is loaded with amino acid. This tRNA is not charged and have amino acid on it 3' end, and this is the 5' end, this is the 3' end, and now the 3' end there is amino acid on this 3' end. Now this tRNA is known as charged tRNA. This is charged tRNA, and adenyl late group or AMP and enzyme get released, and the product we get this charged tRNA, which is required for the process of translation. Now all the tRNA get charged by the process of amino acylation through this enzyme amino acyl synthetase. This is all about the amino acylation of tRNA, and we get our product the charged tRNA here. Now we come to the another topic, that is ribosome. Ribosome is also a very important part of translation machinery, and it has peptidal transferase and different binding sites for tRNA. The translation we are discussing here is of prokaryotes. Actually, prokaryotes have 70S type of ribosome, 70S type of ribosome, and you can clearly see here prokaryotes 70S type of ribosome, and eukaryotes there is 80S type of ribosome. And these ribosomes are made up of two units, small subunit and large subunit, and they bind, these two subunits bind only when the protein synthesis required by the cell. During the protein synthesis, these subunits combine in the presence of magnesium ion, and protein synthesis translations will occur. We are discussing about the 70S ribosomes of prokaryote, and it is made up of two subunit, and that is the 30S and the 30S subunit, and another unit, the large subunit, is made up of 50S. Actually, these both subunits are made up of ribosomal RNA and protein. Ribosomal RNA and protein, both subunits. This also made up of ribosomal RNA plus proteins. That's why ribosomal RNA is called structural RNA, because it plays important role in structure of ribosome. So these subunits are made up of ribosomal RNA and protein. And which type of ribosomal RNA present in both subunits? In smaller subunit there is 16S ribosomal RNA. 16S ribosomal RNA, and S is the Swedberg unit actually. It's a sedimentation coefficient, and here is the 23S ribosomal RNA in the larger subunit, and one more ribosomal RNA is the 5S ribosomal RNA plus protein. These are the ribosomal RNA present in these different subunits. This is smaller subunit, present 16S ribosomal RNA, and this 23S and 5S. This 23S ribosomal RNA is also known as ribozyme. Why it is known as ribozyme? Because it catalyzes the reaction like enzymes. This RNA is catalyzing reactions like enzymes. That why it is known as ribozyme, is functioning as an enzyme. RNA is strange. We know that all the enzymes are made up of protein, but this RNA, ribosomal RNA, also function as enzyme and known as ribozyme. And its other name is peptidal transferase. The other name of this enzyme is peptidal transferase. Because why it is known as peptidal transferase? Because it catalyzes the reaction between amino acid and helps in forming peptide bond. These are the amino acid unit, and this is the peptide bond between these units, peptide bond. And this peptidal transferase help in binding these amino acid unit through peptide bond. Formation of peptide bond is catalyzed by this ribozyme. This is about the ribosome. As a part of translation machinery, it's also act as cell factory for translation. Ribosomes are also known as cell factory for translation. Actually, this also gives the platform for the process of translation. Ribosomes, they have different binding site on them also. Ribosomes have different binding site for mRNA and for tRNA. We can see clearly in this diagram, in this picture. This is the ribosome and this is the mRNA binding over there. So ribosome has mRNA binding site and different these sites, A site, P site and this E site are for tRNA. These are different sites for binding tRNA. This P site is important because here the peptide bond is formed between the two amino acid and this enzyme, the peptidyl transferase. This peptidyl transferase is present at this P site. This is the A site. This is the amino acceptor site. Amino acid, tRNA loaded with amino acid enters from here, and this is the acceptor site. This is the peptidyl site and this is the exit site for the tRNA. These are three sites present on ribosomes. This is all about the ribosome. Now we come to the mRNA as translation unit. We know that during the process of transcription, DNA transcribes itself into the mRNA and mRNA get translated into the protein. The process we are discussing here is the translation and transcription. I have discussed my earlier video. In my earlier video I have discussed about the eukaryotic and prokaryotic transcription and their difference also. So by the process of transcription, DNA transcribes itself into the mRNA and this mRNA function as the translational unit. This mRNA is functional unit of translation, and what it has, it's a 5' and 3' end, and it has the start codon. It is flanked by start codon. And what will be the start codon? That will be AUG. This is the start codon AUG, and it have stop codon for the termination also, and that will be UAA. This is the stop codon present on mRNA. So the mRNA translation unit has the start codon and the stop codon, and there are some other sequences also at the 5' site before the start codon and at the 3' site after the stop codon, and these sequences are also known as UTR. It is untranslated because these sequences are not get translated. Untranslated region. This is the untranslated region, UTRs we say. This is present after the stop codon on 3' site and before the start codon at the 5' site, UTR. These untranslated regions actually help in translation and help in the process of efficient translation. These sites are important for that, UTR and at 5' end and UTR at 3' site. These untranslated regions help in efficient process of translation. So this is all about the mRNA as transcription unit. It has start codon, it has start codon, it has stop codon, it has stop codon, and there are different other codons also for polypeptide synthesis. Different codons are present. It can be anyone also, UCA, UGG. They can be a different codons. This is the start and this is stop. This is all about the mRNA as transcription unit. Hope you guys understood the topic we have discussed here. We have discussed here the three topics, which are charging of tRNA by aminoacyl synthetase, about peptidyl transferase, that is ribozyme, that is 23S ribosomal subunit, different binding site for tRNA on ribosome, and mRNA's translation unit. So if you understand the topic and like the video, Please subscribe my channel and ring the bell if you want to get notified whenever I post my next video. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.